guys, it's another Spill My Tea Tuesday, and today I am drinking honey vanilla chamomile tea. So I just wanted, before I get into the video, I just wanted to, oh god, it's hot. Okay, this is, if you look, it says live your dreams. This mug is actually in the description box. You can order one. It's what part of the merchandise. And then also, I'm going to leave down my email if you want to message me. And let's get into the video, okay? So, I'm gonna drink that in a second because it's really hot. This video is about my stalker, or a stalker I had, because I've had a couple of stalkers. Okay, so let's get into the video. So I remember a long time ago I was single, and I was just walking in my apartment, and this guy like flags me down, and he's like, hey, can I get your number? And I was just kind of like, okay, yeah, sure, you know, like, because I used to just give people my number. Why? Because I just did not feel like going back and forth. And one of my homegirls said that when she denied giving someone their number, that they came back with a gun. So I try to alleviate all the craziness by just giving the number up. I'm just like, here's my number. I don't want any trouble. Talk to me later. And then I'm like, hey, if I don't like them, I can just always not talk to them or not answer the phone or whatever the case, you know, duck and dodge them. All right. So this guy asked for my number, and I was like, okay, you know, and I gave it to him. I wasn't necessarily attracted to him or anything like that. I don't think I even liked him very much. But anyways, so we were just talking, and then I talked to him for a little while, maybe like 30 minutes or so on the phone, like not a whole long conversation. I was just like, oh, you know, just asking him a little bit about him, and I told him a little about me. And then I remember, next thing I know, like I would tell him, okay, I'm gonna call you right back, you know, because I don't remember why, you know, but I was like, I'll call you right back. And he was like, okay, and we hung up, right? This man called me back like literally 2 minutes later. Like, you know how like if you count 60 seconds, another 60 seconds, 2 minutes. He literally called me and 2 minutes later. And I was like, hello? And he's like, hey, what's up or whatever. I'm like, I told you I was gonna give you a call back. Like, why are you calling me? You know what I mean? And he's like, oh, okay, I just wanted to see how you were doing or whatever. That's cool or whatever. And he hangs up, and I'm like, okay, that's fucking weird, you know? So then he called back again, and I'm like, you know, I was like, you know what? I don't think I'm gonna answer anymore at this point. Like, you're literally freaking me out. Like, why in the hell are you calling me after a minute or two? Like, when people say, I'm gonna call you back, that means like they're gonna call you back later. That doesn't mean to harass them, okay? Give them some time. Give them like an hour or two. Don't call back after a minute or two. Just for some advice for people who don't know. Do not call you right back after a minute or two, okay? So nice. So then I remember he like left me all these voicemails and stuff. He's like, I love you, like, you know, I want to get married, like, I found your YouTube channel, and you are, you know, everything that I want in a woman, and I'm a single dad too, and I just got out of prison. And he was leaving me a voicemail after voicemail after voicemail, and he would leave voicemail with him singing, like being like, hey, I just wanted to sing a song of my love and devotion to you. And he would like leave me a voicemail with him singing for like an hour, and he would leave voicemails with him singing like, you know, love songs, and him just like writing poems for me, and just really going above and beyond the Call of Duty at this point. So, and I was kind of like, oh my god, I'm definitely not gonna talk to him. Like, he's like literally giving me the creeps. So within the first day, like that I gave him my number, I know for a fact that I had at least 100 calls from him. So I remember I was doing something, I don't know, you know, because that was like a couple years back, but I was doing something. I think I was at my godmom's house, and I remember like him just like blowing up my phone. And I remember when I looked at it, I was like, like, you know, like it's like 100 missed calls, like, you know, 500, you know, voicemails and text messages combined. And I was just like, okay, this is a lot. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't mind giving you my number, but like, you're doing too much at this point. So I go back home, like, I think it was either later on that night or the night before. But now, see, I saw him in my apartment complex and I was walking to my car. So he knew where I lived. So I would, at nighttime, I'd be like trying to go into my apartment and he's standing like, I lived in an apartment, there's like a stairwell and he would be like sitting on the stairwells, like at like literally right in front of my door because I was on the downstairs floor, and he'd be sitting on the stairwells and I'm like, oh, hello. You know what I mean? Like, because I didn't want to be mean because, when people are crazy like that, you can't just treat people any old way. You know what I mean? So I was like, oh, hi. Okay, bye. I'm going to go inside. I just like didn't, I just made it very short and like to the point. I went in my house and I remember like being in my house and I just heard singing outside. Like, I just love you so much and you're just the best and blah, 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 and love of my life. And I'm like, oh my God. And he would sing for hours and hours outside my door on the stairs. Literally right by my window, like literally. And I just was, terrified, honestly. And it went on for months. It was like when I woke up in the morning, I went to work, I was on my way to work, he would be outside singing songs, and I would just be like, oh, hi, good morning, and I would just go to my car and like go like to work. You know what I mean? I just made it so brief and so simple. But I told my mom about it. I was like, Mom, like this guy, like, I gave him my number one day and he's just been like, he blows my phone up every single day. He's calling me hundreds of times. He's leaving me 10,000 kabillion voicemails and text messages and emails. And I just felt really uncomfortable. And so it went on for months and months and months and months and months. Like it never stopped. Like he just continued to harass the fuck out of me. And I just ignored all of the calls and text messages and things like that nature. And what ended up happening was I had a boyfriend at that time after, like 6 months to 7 months of him doing that. I had a boyfriend. I kind of became customary. I was like, okay, he's not going to hurt me as long as I just say hi and go in the house, and, not answer the phone calls or text messages. Like, don't lead him on or anything like that, right? This is good. Oh my God. I found my new tea. I love tea. Oh my God. Do y'all know how many tea packets I have in my freaking pantry? Like 200. Okay. I love tea. Anyway, so back to the story. So about 7 months later, I actually had a boyfriend. You know what I mean? Like, and this man was constantly doing this. Like, it was every day. Hundreds of calls, hundreds of texts, hundreds of voicemails. I couldn't, like, people couldn't even leave me voicemails. I had so many voicemails in my voicemail message. So I had to, like, delete a whole bunch of my voicemails. You know what I mean? And I'm like, oh my God, like, I'm so scared to, like, I really didn't focus too much on my YouTube as much the past couple of years, you'll see. But the reason why is because, like, I was kind of nervous. I'm like, oh my God, am I going to get, like, a lot of people like this? Like, if I, do, promote it and things of that nature. Anyways, so I had a boyfriend and he ended up moving in with me. We were dating, actively dating. We dated like a year. The man was still doing it. Like, it was a constant thing. Like, I was like, this is just not gonna stop. And I just dealt with it. And then when I told my boyfriend at the time, I said, hey, like, there's this guy, he's just been calling and texting me, and he's just always sitting outside my door and singing and stuff. And I mean, I don't know. And so that boyfriend ended up moving in with me. And even when he moved in, he continued to do the same things with me. He would stand outside my door, sing songs to me, send me texts, call me all fucking day. Like, I ended up blocking him completely, clearly. But I still got text messages and calls and voicemails. And I'm just like... So, my boyfriend at the time, I think he got just really annoyed by it. Like, so I was there with my boyfriend. We're watching TV in the living room, just like a normal day. And the guy's outside singing, he was just singing really loud because he wanted me to hear how much he loved me. And so my boyfriend at the time was like, I'm done with this, Shantor. Like, I can't do this anymore, And I was like... please, like, I don't know, please don't make anything, bad or anything. So anyways, so my boyfriend at the time opens the front door and looks directly at him and said, like, leave her the fuck alone or I'm going to hurt you. He was like, leave her the fuck alone or I'm gonna hurt you. He screamed at him. He wasn't nice about it. Like, he was really upset, like, at this point, like, because it was just driving him insane. He was driving me insane, driving him insane. Like, it was just hard. Like, even when we were asleep at night, we would hear this man singing, you know. And I'm a single mom, so sometimes I came home with just me and my daughter, you know what I mean? It was just like, oh my God, he's there again. Like, we would try to find different ways to get inside the house, but it was almost impossible. But anyways, so he cussed him out. He's like, you know, don't leave her fuck alone. She doesn't fucking want you. She doesn't like you. I'm her man. Leave her the fuck alone, or I'm gonna fuck you up, right? Sorry, that's lots of fucks. But my ex-boyfriend at the time was very loud and very mean like that. So anyways, so I think that calmed him down, actually, because after that, like, I didn't hear from him anymore. Like, I literally, he was nowhere to be found. I would come home, be able to, like, just be in my house naked without feeling like someone's watching me from the windows and shit, and hearing people singing to me morning and night. Sorry, that's my bunny. Hearing singing to me morning and night. Like, I did not hear it, and I was so satisfied. I was like, oh my God, yeah. And I was like telling my boyfriend at the time, I was like, oh my God, like, he's not doing it anymore. Like, I'm good now, you know. And he's like, oh yeah, you know, I killed him. And I was like, stop fucking lying, you know what I mean? And I never seen that guy again. So I don't know if he was lying or not, but all I know is that's how I lost that stalker. And hopefully nothing happened to him. I think my boyfriend at the time was just retarded and was just always trying to be funny and shit. But I do think that he did cuss him out, you know. He said that they did have a confrontation at one point, and he said that they got into a fight. But I don't know if any of this is true or not true. I don't fucking know, but I do hope that the man's okay. I have since moved, you know, and I'm living life and am happy and getting fat. So anyways, thank you so much for having tea with me today, guys. Y'all have a great day. Wait, before I go, I just want to show you. This is also a product in the description box. It's the shirt. Yay! I love it. I love Cheetah, you guys, aka Cheetah Mama, you know. And I have a story to tell y'all about that later. But anyways, like, share, and subscribe, and then you will be seeing my next video on next Tuesday about the Spill My Tea Tuesday.